We begin with a story we've been keeping an eye on for months now. An alarming spike in sober living homes recruiting, even kidnapping tribal members.
And these homes are preying on vulnerable people with addiction issues. A packed house at Memorial Hall at Steel Indian School Park. The event held by the Navajo Nation and the Phoenix Indian Center. Navajo leaders launching Operation Rainbow Bridge. It's an initiative to help people who are displaced by the fraudulent sober living schemes. More than 100 providers are accused of targeting Native Americans and ripping off Arizona's Medicaid program.
So tonight we wanted to just introduce Operation Rainbow Bridge to the public, and in particular the Navajo people, and especially our displaced relatives, to fill those gaps and make sure that we're creating a safety net for our people, catching them where they are and then safely transporting them.
The goal is to move displaced residents back home or to a facility that will actually meet their needs. Last week, Arizona Governor Katie Hobbs and Attorney General Kris Mayes announced a crackdown on phony sober living homes. And Attorney General Mayes is calling this a game of whack-a-mole.
And one Mesa community has had enough at a new condo complex where police have repeatedly been called. Fox 10 investigator Justin Lum, who's been on top of this story for months, he joins us live in the studio with the latest on the investigation.
And John, Ellen, residents who live in the area of Baseline and Wrecker Roads are fed up just months after the opening of what appeared to be a luxury-style townhome complex. They believe the sober living scheme is now on their doorstep, exposing a lack of regulation and oversight.
Entice them with drugs to stay in there, alcohol, methamphetamine.
They're allowed and sometimes encouraged to continue using drugs and alcohol. Often, they're not allowed to leave the facility or contact relatives.
I don't think it is too much to say that this is one of the biggest scandals in the history of the state of Arizona when it comes to our government.
1 week ago, Arizona's governor and attorney general announced the suspension of payments to more than 100 Medicaid providers accused of exploiting the system known as Access, fraudulently billing the American Indian Health Plan for hundreds of millions of dollars. But is it too late to stop the bad actors promising treatment to indigenous people from reservation to reservation, instead trafficking them to homes and motels only to keep them intoxicated while the checks roll in?
Almost any time of the day, you will see multiple people out drinking, smoking, loud.
This resident wants to remain anonymous for safety reasons, and we'll call her Crystal. She lives next to the canal on Baseline condos. Crystal says since the community opened just months ago, there's been constant activity of alcohol and drug abuse outside.
We had called the cops a couple times of people in the gutter passed out, or we had thought dead.
For Crystal and her neighbors, it's no longer a shock to see empty bottles of liquor left by the canal. And she says Mesa police are here routinely. So we asked MPD for the numbers. As of May 21st, police have responded to canal on Baseline more than 150 times for various calls for service since November of 2022, an average of 22 calls per month.
The other day, our neighbor went through and was talking to them, and they said that they were in an experiment.
Can you give us any other description besides a white male?
Between 3 specific units we'll call X, Y, and Z, Mesa PD has responded nearly 30 times for issues ranging from aggravated assault to family fights and suicide. Now this flyer is being handed out to residents impacted, citing heavy police presence, alleged break-ins, public intoxication, and vandalism, asking community members to call out city officials.
It's crazy that it's happening and that nothing's being done to stop it.
The city of Mesa sent out a statement that says in part, quote, Mesa is actively investigating resident complaints about alleged sober living homes through a multi-department approach involving police, code, and planning. The city has been providing information to the state to help stop behavioral health care fraud and to help ensure Mesa operators abide by state laws and regulations. Fox 10 Investigates looked into who owns several of the condo units. We learned a couple dozen are owned by Samir Holdings Incorporated. In an email, Samir Sani, managing member of the company, tells us the complex is not operating as a sober living home or engaging in illegal activities. He says the condos are in compliance with city codes, but there are units leased for behavioral health clinics. Salani tells Fox 10 a majority of the calls for service are not serious, and a number of them are attributed to 7 units that have been evicted over the last few months.
Wow.
Again, the city is investigating what the root of the alleged activity is. We've also reached out to the Department of Health Services about this location. A spokesperson with DHS says they can't comment due to the ongoing investigation.
It seems through your reporting that the best way to figure out what's going on is coming from the residents calling authorities and saying, there's something amiss here.
Exactly. We wouldn't know about these issues if not for concerned residents really see something, say something, and now the state is saying if you think that something is wrong, there are resources, there's a complaint form on the Attorney General's website as well as the Department of Health. So there are definitely ways to complain about what's happening and see if law enforcement will figure it out.
And a hotline now,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, 211, press 7. That is for tribal members specifically who have been displaced and they need resources. That was mentioned in the town hall tonight because really they are the ones being preyed on and taken advantage of.
Yeah, for Kris Mayes to say that this is the biggest scandal in our state's history, that says a lot.
Yeah, and we hope to speak to her soon about what's going on across the state because this is just one community that we're talking about and it's real early. We are going to keep on top of Mesa PD and the city to see what they learn.
There's tremendous money in this.
Exactly.
Right? Okay. Justin Lum tonight. By the way, if you've got a tip for our team, scan the QR code on your screen or you can email us at fox10investigates@fox.com.